You are welcome once again to our graphics design training. Like I said before, I will be showing you guys how you can design, how you can interact with this particular software that we are using, CorelDRAW. I will show you how you can interact with it so that it will not look hard for you whenever you want to design. Now, in today's video, I will show us how we can interact with all of these things, that the interface of this software. Anyway, I want us to interact with the interface just to get used to it first before we talk about designing and other things. Now we have what we call different versions of CorelDRAW. This one that I'm using is Corel 15. So your home may not be Corel 15, but in any of the CorelDRAW you are using, you are going to see all of these things there. All of these things, you are going to see them. You are going to see all of these things, and you are going to see this box, and there's something you are going to see here, the color box. Though I don't have it here now, it's because I have removed it. So I'm going to show you how you are going to add everything. Now when you first open your CorelDRAW, this is what you are going to see, especially this particular box. It will open for you, but your home may not open like this depending on the version of CorelDRAW. For those that are using Corel 13, this is not how they are going to see it, so it won't work for them like this. For those that are using Corel 13, it has another interface, but for Corel 15, this is what you are going to see. So this particular box, I call it quick box. This box shows to us so that we can easily open folder or open a new document when we open CorelDRAW, but we don't need it. You can see that we have new blank document, new from template, then we now have open recent work. Are you getting it now? So that is what this box is all about. It is used to open CorelDRAW quickly, but we don't need it. So if I want to open a new document from here, I'll just click on new blank document, and it will take me to the interface where I will have to do my settings in order to open a new CorelDRAW. If I am using Corel 13, it will not take me to any other interface again. It will not show this one for me. If it is Corel 13 that you are using, it will not show this box for you. Forget it, you will not see this. But because it is Corel 15, and I think from 14 and above, it will show this box before it loads. Now from here, you type in the name you want to use to save your document, practical. Then you come to this preset destination. That is if you are using 15 and you see things like this, or 17 you see things like this, come to preset destination, choose default CMYK. That is the color we use in CorelDRAW mostly for design. Come to size and choose what we call A4, then click on OK for it to open box for us. It will open a new box for you. Wow, this is a new document. Now things that I want to talk about, they are the interface, the tools and everything we are seeing on this screen. These are the things that I want to talk about. So this is what I'm talking about. We have this color box also. So now let's start from the top. When you check here, when you check this top, you are going to see CorelDRAW 15 practical. This top is what we call the title bar. That is our title bar, because that is what controls the bars we have in that is where the name of the document that we are working on, that is where the name usually be in CorelDRAW, our title bar. Even if it is Microsoft Word that you open, we surely have a title bar. The title bar contains the name of the package you are open, and also the name of the folder, the file that you are working on. The title bar, that is the bar number 1. And the second bar here, this second one that you are seeing, from that black to the second black that I tick now, that is what we call the menu bar. You see this menu bar, if you are using Corel 13 or 17, this menu bar will show. All these bars, they will show, but because the way they designed this particular software that I downloaded, they have to use white for the whole thing, so don't worry. So this menu bar, that is where all the menu tools we use in CorelDRAW, that is where they are. All the menu bars, this is where they are. You can see we have file, we have edit, view, layout, arrange, effect, bitmap, text, table, tools, window, app. It is from this menu bar that we can be able to save our work, close our work, save as it, save as our work, print our work. You can see if I want to print, I will have to click on print setup here. That is from this menu bar. I just go to file, all of those things. From edit, I'll be able to do some other features also. That is if you have been designing, you understand all of the features that you can do. All the features that you need apart from tools, they are inside the bars, the menu bars. Though some of them they will bring them out for you, but majority of them you will see them inside this menu bar. The third bar that we have the third bar here, which is this bar. We call it standard bar. You see this standard bar, it contains some shortcuts of some of the features that you have under the menu bar. You know, I told you that some of the tools that we use, they are inside this menu bar. So from that menu bar, they have extracted some tools that are common that we use in designing. They have extracted them and called them standard bar. They extracted and bring them to the standard, and they bring them to another box and call those ones standard bar. This thing is responding, I'm sorry. Okay, so like for example, if you see this one, it says open, right? You can see open. When we come to file, you will see open. Can you see it? If you see this one, it says save. When you come to file, you will see save. If you see this one, it says, this one say cut, this one say copy, this one paste. When you come to file, you come to edit, you will see copy, paste. You can see it. So they extract some tools that they are commonly used in design. They bring them to standard, another box, and call it standard bar. So the following one that we have, you need to take note of this one very well. This particular one, we call this one property bar. You see this property bar, it changes dynamically based on what you are clicking on. When you talk about tools, you will understand clicking on and things like that. And I will also try to explain more on this property bar, but let me try as much as I can try now. Property bar let me use an example. Check this particular place, what you are seeing, this information that you are seeing here. If I should go and draw a box, you will discover that this is what we are seeing before. Check this information, this is what you are seeing before. Now let's click on that box that we draw, or on that circle that we draw. You will discover that what we are seeing now is different from the one we are seeing when we don't click on the box. When you check it very well, the one you are seeing now is different from the one you are seeing when you don't click on the box at all. You can see the difference. So property bar change dynamically based on what you are clicking on. What you click on is what will determine what your property bar will show to you. Are you getting it now? So because we call it property, it means it shows the property of what you are clicking on. You want it to see what are the components that this thing that you are clicking on, what are the components that it have. So that is what property bar shows. Its work is just to help you with whatever you click on. Then we have the color box. Here is the color box at this place. So sorry about this. So sorry. So I'm so sorry for that thing. So the property, I'm talking about the color box. This color box, this is where you pick color for your design, and we have more than all these color that you are seeing. If you want to see all the color that we have here, just click on this arrow here. Click on the arrow you are seeing here. Click on this particular arrow, this one you are seeing at this bottom. Click on that arrow, this one, click on it, then it will show all the color for you. So these are the colors that we use to do our own design in CorelDRAW. When you click on anything you want to design, you want to change color, and you come to this color box, you click on that color also, the color it will show, it will reflect on that aspect. So that is color box. Then if you come to the left side, we have what we call the another box. That one is the tool box. We call it tool box. This tool box, this is where the tools we use in designing our work, in doing majorities of our work. This is where the tools, this is where we have them. So in the next class, in another video rather, I will be explaining some of the tools, the major tools that you need. I'll be explaining them to you. So these are the interface that we have here that you need to understand. Now we also have this one, this particular box we are seeing from this place to this place. Now this is what we call our work area. This place, or this place, is what we call our work area. You see all these whites that you are seeing outside, they add no value to your work. They add no value to your work at all. When you set your paper, this white area that have four corners, that is where our paper is. So all the design you want to do, no matter how great you are in designing, all of them should be inside this particular box. Inside this box that I draw imaginary line to, from here to here, all of them will be inside it. Any design that you do outside like this, that one is not going anywhere. If you want to print, it is only design that you have inside this box that you can print. Only the design that you have there. All the design that you have outside, they are going nowhere. Let me show you a sample. Let me come here and click on print, and let's see the sample of what I'm talking about. Let me just click on preview for you. Now check here, check this working area. You discover that it's only one box that we are seeing, whereas we have two boxes. Where is the second box? That one is not showing. Now let's come back here and just adjust it like this and click on printing again. You can see now. So anything that you do, any design that you do that are not inside this working area, they will not show. You are not going to see them when you are printing them, so you must be very careful. So all of these white you are seeing here, they had no value to your work. All of these ones you are seeing here, they had no value to your work. Are you getting it now? So these are the tools that you need to take note, that you must understand. Now when I open my corridor the other time, this box is not there. I have to go and bring it out. All these things that I'm explaining to you, you need to master them, because they usually happen in CorelDRAW, and when you don't know it, you just give chance for the engineer to use you as one of their source of income. So how am I going to do those settings? Should in case that when I open my CorelDRAW, I don't see some of these tools. You can see now that the corridor is not looking good. I don't see some of these tools. So how will I do it that I'll be able to bring them back? Now, if it is color that you want to bring back, what you need to do is to click on any white area on your screen, any white area on your screen, right click on it. When you right click on it, click on view, click on color palette, then make sure you click on CMYK palette. It is this CMYK color palette that we usually use for design. CMYK palette. Don't use any other one apart from CMYK if you want to have a good design that you can use for printing. So this is the color palette now. Then use your left click to drag it to the angle you want it to be. You can see now. If you want to put it at the top, just drag it to the top. If you want to put it at the down, drag it to the down, depending on your choice. But by default, CorelDRAW will have it here for you. So that is how to add color back. If it is the bars that you want to add, what you need to do is to come to this top like this. Come to this top, then right click on any angles from there, and you are going to see all the bars. Start clicking on them, let them show one after the other. The more you click on them, the more they will show. You will discover that we have other bars here also. The two box, this one, fine, we have returned that one also. We have the test, zoom, internet port. All of these things we don't need them because they are already inside these other tools that we have here. So these are the things that you need to understand from this interface, and when you really understand them, you'll be able to work with the interface very well. You'll be able to work with the interface. Now another thing that I need to tell you here is that before you start designing or before you start any work, you need to do your settings, your paper settings and every other thing. For those that are using Corel 15, you will discover that we do that. When I click on new document, when I click on new, it shows this box and we have to do some settings. But should in case that you don't see that box, how are you going to do your settings? Immediately you open your CorelDRAW, you come to your property bar here, this property bar, you come to this property bar, then come here and click on the paper you want to use. You must always set your paper before you start design, except the paper you want to use is a custom paper. And what are the custom paper? Custom paper are paper that you have to give them size by yourself. They don't have actual size. So except for that, you must always set your paper. Now I'm using A4, set it to A4. If you are using A3, set it to A3. If you are using A2, set it to A2. But don't worry about some things here. You can see that as we are changing it, our working area did not change. Yes, the working area will not change. It will still remain the same box, the way it looked like. But something has changed. We have instructed the system that this is our working area. This is the size we are working on rather. and the system has changed the size for us. Then after you have done that settings, you come to this particular place, you come here and you choose whether you want it to be in landscape or portrait. If it is in landscape, you tick on landscape. If it is in portrait, you tick on portrait to have a smooth work. Then you come to this unit inches. This unit, by default you will not see inches, you will see millimeter. Then you change this to inches. Why do you have to change it to inches? Is because the ruler we use in CorelDRAW, they are inches. Whenever you want to design, we use inches ruler to do our design, to measurement. Some of the rulers that we use inches, we use feet. Those are the two rulers that are very common. Where is feet here? Yes, this is feet. We use feet and inches for design. All other rulers that you are seeing here, we don't use it to measure in CorelDRAW in design. It's not everybody that knows how to use those ones to measure. So you have to change it to inches so that by the time you are going to adjust, draw, or have any size, it will be in inches. So those are the ways to do the settings in your CorelDRAW. And if you want to save your work, let's assume that you have designed, you are through with your design and you want to save your work. You come to file, then you come to save, then you go to the folder that you want to save to. Go to the folder. Once you get to the folder, type the name you want to use to save your work here, then click on save. By the time you click on save, it will your work will save. Then your work is there for you forever. So let me stop here. These are the things that you need to understand in the interface. Then we talk about tools in CorelDRAW next. After the tools, then we talk about some things. Then we move on before we start your first design.